Hey y'all, this is Wilbur. We got a fun one for you today. In this game, I'll take the Farseer Specialist and run Aggro Tarantula, and my opponent's going to grab Elite Specialist here. So we'll get to see some Elite Specialist action against some Farseer. When you play against Elite Specialist, I think you can always assume one of two things is going to happen. Your opponent's either going to make a whole bunch of level 2 chaff, so like a bunch of crawlers that are flying all over the place, and you're going to have to play chaff clear game. Or you're going to have a bunch of level 2 medium units that are trying to carry the game, like carry Arclights, high level marksmen, or something else, maybe some carry sledge. Maybe once in a while we also have a carry Fang. I know that's popular right now with Fang Fort. But it is tough for Elite Specialists to start throwing down those giants because they're quite expensive. So as deployments go, I do an asymmetric start with the Fangs protecting the weak side, and the Marksman coming over here to provide some much needed medium unit damage so our Tarantulas can get in there and pop the tower. My opponent grabs 2 level 2 Marksmen right away, and we'll speed up a little bit to get through this deployment and watch how things unfold. But we can kind of pretty much just guess from this deployment. Things are going well. Our Fangs are blocking these Marksman shots, buying this Tarantula some time to live. Our second Tarantula gets into the tower, no problem. Our cluster of Fangs is tanking for it. We get those 2 Marksmen, and then our tower's going to fall, and we'll lose this cluster here. But that's okay, because we still have our very healthy Tarantula, and this cluster units is nothing. It's not scared of anything like that. It's got a ton of HP, and it can burn through these units pretty quick. So pretty easy, 1 round 1 win. We kind of always expect that when we play asymmetric. So here we see the cards come up. I'm loving Mustangs right now, so I grabbed the subsidized Mustang. I think they're pretty broken in Mechabellum. I'm hoping to see a nerf on the Mustang sometime soon. And my opponent takes the Missile Strike. Really good card in the beginning of the game. You can get a decent value out of that because it's only a 2-round cooldown, and in the early rounds it does make a big difference. So this round we see I deployed 2 crawlers, 1 behind this tower and 1 up here. And since I took subsidized Marksman, or subsidized Mustang, I can't afford much else, so I just upgrade to Marksman here, save the $50. My opponent is dropping that missile right here, so we're going to lose this Fang, a little bit of damage on this Tarantula. This Marksman is almost going to die. The missile does 3k, and our Marksman is just enough HP to survive. So that's really good for us. So we kind of need that Marksman to help pop these medium units. So this round we'll kind of see play out very similar to the last round. We do lose our Tarantula on this side, however this Tarantula is now surviving because we have those crawlers streaming in. We take out that Marksman with our level 2 Marksman now. Our Marksman no longer take 2 shots to kill his level 2 Marksman since ours are 2 as well. 2v1, your level 1 Marksmans are going to take 2 shots to kill the opposing level 2 Marksman. So with that, we have a very similar finish to the first round. So this time I think our Marksman, not all of them are going to fall. This Marksman's going to clean house, since it's just popping everything with 1 shot though. So into round 3, it's the Farseer round. So I get my Farseer unit. I have a unit drop as well. So here I was eyeing up the Scorpion or the Rhino. Since there isn't a lot of chaff, Typhoon seems pretty bad for me. And since there isn't a lot of large units, melting point also seems kind of not helpful. The Scorpion can 1-tap pretty much every unit on the board, but I'm a Rhino fan, so I grab the triple Rhinos, and my opponent does as well. I think for my opponent, Typhoons might have been a good idea to help get through the chaff, or Scorpions I think I would have preferred over the Rhinos. So for the use of my Rhinos, I'm going to do a tower push. So I put 2 on the flank here and mobile beacon to this tower. And then my third Rhino I deploy over here to help tank for my Tarantula and perhaps destroy this Marksman. My opponent kind of playing a little bit more defensive with his. He has one up here, and then he's going to flank with this one, which is going to meet its untimely end on this round to some crawlers, I believe, that I deploy back here. Don't know 100% if I put it there. The Farseer comes down here on this my strong side. Full string that up. I grab the damage upgrade and I stick a crawler in the back left corner because I'm worried about those rhinos, and the back right corner. And we'll see that this group of crawlers will be able to take out that rhino this round. So we have a pretty dramatic mobile beacon, if I remember right. We have a Rhino v Rhino here. Their Rhino gets the last punch, and my Rhino almost dies, gets the punch on the tower with like 1 HP, definitely winning us the round. We do notice now that our opponent has assault mode, so his marksmen are now actually quite good at taking down the tarantula, chaff, and just about anything that they can get close enough to. But with that tower take, we are going to take the round again. So speed through here. Farseer getting quite a bit of experience this round. Almost leveling. Slow back down. Oh, not quite fast enough. If I took the Scorpion last round, I think mass-produced Scorpion would have been a good card. Super heavy armor is kind of expensive, and Lost Swarm is pretty bad against assault mode. So I take the shield drop and bolster my right side push here. And my opponent, I believe, also takes the shield drop. They might have been able to do something with the Wasp Swarm plus the Rhino on the side if they chose that. Oh, they did take the Wasp Swarm. We'll slow down here a little bit. So I sell out of one Rhino, and I want to try to make use of this Rhino, so I mobile beacon him back onto my side of the map a little bit and get him out of this kind of danger zone. I put my bubble right down in the middle here, and we add a second Farseer now with EMP. I would love to EMP these marksmen so that the assault mode gets turned back to regular marksman mode and they die very quickly. Because of the Wasp Swarm potential, I did finally get one of those subsidized Mustangs, and I believe I'm going to stick it down here to destroy any of the surprise wasps that I'm going to get this round. We'll see that the level 2 crawlers, now that the Rhino doesn't have summoning sickness, are not enough to take it down, but the second pack that's coming in from the tower does. However, that means all of our chaff is gone. And with chaff gone, these marksmen really start to get on like the priority units. So we almost lose out on this side, but we are able to finish it off, and with that goofy mobile beacon, we get a little bit of use out of this Rhino, taking down some of these level 2 tanks, looking at him go. After the tower drops, he's able to survive on low HP, he even levels. So unfortunately, we'll be selling him next round, but he performed pretty good with his little walk. With the tower going down on our side, we almost lose the round. But the marksman and the level 2 crawlers that were left are able to get the dub here around round 5. Very low damage so far taken by both players. Nobody winning big. Another great set of cards. We have Incendiary Bomb, Subsidized Steel Ball, Orbital Bombardment, and Smoke. I think you can make an argument for almost all of these this game. I take Smoke to help deter those Assault Marksmen. I think Subsidized Steel Ball would have been decent into these marksmen as well. My opponent also grabs the Smoke Bomb. I level these two Farseers to help them do some more damage. They helped out a lot last round. I've added a missile here in case I can't kill that Rhino. My opponent's decided to missile this Mustang. He's also smoked my side of the map. You see I've finally sold that Rhino. Grabbed another Farseer coming down on that right side again. My opponent has leveled up most of his units on this weak side here. I've also leveled my tower. You see I've got my defense upgrade and offense upgrade now. And we've got level 3 marksman on the field doing lots of damage. So I think this round I just opt to, well, I thought I was going to save a little bit, but I do grab another Fang and kind of make it a little bit of a later arriving Fang in the center there. Trying to protect our Farseer. See the smoke, very effective for my opponent. Making our tarantulas very low range. Getting on that Farseer a lot easier for the assault marksmen. Our 2 level 3 marksmen walk into the smoke as well, so they're very vulnerable to the assault marksmen. So we'll see our Farseer get a couple of EMPs down, not enough for those crawlers to get there in time. The EMP wears off. We do lose our tower now that I've kind of sold out of all the units on the left side. And now we have this level 2 Farseer doing his best to clean up what's left of my opponent's board on the right side. He's even going to get a tower on himself. Look at him go. We will lose this right side tower. But maybe we'll get a tank or two here before our tower goes down. So I know I said there's hackers in this game, or it was alluding to hackers in this game, and we haven't seen them yet. But I think this game, it took me a few minutes to finally see that, hey, this is a hacker game. So we get a bunch of cards here. None of them I think are great this game. I think I ended up taking the absorption module, but I think if I replayed this game I would actually skip this round. I think it was kind of unnecessary. I ended up throwing it onto Tarantula. And the Tarantulas, as we kind of see already, aren't doing a whole lot this game. Our opponent took Underground Threat and added it kind of right behind his middle part of his board. So there's the hacker unlock, and immediately I drop 2 hackers down. Coming over here on this right flank, and we're going to start stealing some of these assault marksmen. So I do a mass recruit. Don't have quite enough money. I think we sell this final Rhino so that we can afford another hacker. Yep, there he goes. Got the hacker. I think on my opponent's side of the map, he just has been continuing to add to the assault marksman, and he's added the range enhancement. I think that might have came last round. Might not have been paying attention. This round we have the photon coating coming onto the Rhinos. I think he's been doing that, or did that to avoid the slow from the electromag on the Farseers. So we have some golden Rhinos coming in to ruin our day. See our hackers latching to the assault marksman here. They do have quite a bit of HP now, so they don't convert as easy as I'd like to, but we do get this one. We get another. Since these guys are on a higher level than these two, we're able to pop those 2 marksmen. We almost lose out on everything over here, but these 2 marksmen that we stole pop the tower, and our hackers start turning on to the remaining marksmen on my opponent's side. Unfortunately, we end up losing that last marksman from this guy overkilling it. Our tower falls. This looks like a pretty good chance that we'll win the round. Farseer starts pounding on the Rhino. We don't get to convert on the Rhino again. We overkill it. And our hackers are just a little bit too far out of range to latch onto these steel tanks. Because of that, I think this marksman actually cleans this up. Pops our 2 hackers, but the good news, what you always like to see when you play hackers, is that the round those hackers got deployed, they got levels. So, you know, hooray, we got some levels. We get some Stormcallers, which I think would have also been a great unit to introduce into this my squad here, because Stormcrawlers with EMP are really good against Assault Marksmen. Like, as soon as that EMP hits, the other rockets have a pretty good chance to kill the the Marksman after it returns to like the low HP version. So I level my 2 hackers here, and I add those 2 big Stormcrawlers to this right side, and I once again level these crawlers, hoping that they'll be able to 1v1 this Rhino with the help of the Farseer. That 3rd Stormcrawler comes in, adding to this right flank, and our bubble came back up. So my opponent also took these Stormcrawlers and has added them to his right flank. And his sledges from the beginning of the game are now level 3, so we got some pretty tanky sledges to complement these Assault Marksmen. I think I added a forward fang here to help protect our hacker that we deployed last round. That got kind of stomped on. We grab sticky oil here to slow down the assault of these marksmen and buy our hackers some more time to latch. And it looks like the last thing I grabbed is a late crawler down here, I believe. So our opponent's been missiling quite frequently. We lose another set of this poor group of crawlers. I think it's been missiling I don't know how many turns in a row here. But now at the level 2 hackers, we see we get quite a bit faster hack on Assault Marksman. We get that Rhino as well, and that wonderful Assault Marksman that's been ours the last few rounds. Just completely wipes out that Stormcrawler cluster, and we have quite a substantial win this round. Our middle hackers stole this Rhino that was coming in here as well. So a really good round for us here. I'm going to do finally doing some good damage to Lunkin. Getting the game under our control. So this round was a kind of an interesting outplay. I remember my opponent takes the Orbital Javelin, and here I'm thinking to myself, you know, Orbital Javelin doesn't look that great for his board. You know, I think I'll try to outplay it with Deployment Module. So I grab the Deployment Module, and then I start looking at the units on my board, and you know, what cluster of units can he use the Javelin on to get rid of more than one unit. And I kind of identified there was like this spot was a pretty good candidate, and this spot with the Stormcrawlers. So what I ended up doing was, since hackers are kind of, I think, my win condition, I grab that hacker, move him out of there, start kind of developing this left side as well. Start shifting my line of units to the right. And because I did that, this Javelin isn't going to connect on that hacker. So I continue to develop the hacker and grab 2 more this round. I think I also grabbed another tech. I was hoping to also steal this Rhino down here. So I think this hacker actually comes down here. My opponent has decided to missile this Mustang pack because I believe his Wasp Worm is also up. So without the pack of Mustangs, these Wasps have a chance to do some business to me here. And I think the final thing I do this round is also grab Enhanced Control, which I usually don't opt for, but since we are against so many medium units, getting those medium units back to full HP seems like a pretty good idea. So we can watch, you know, like, here's this Rhino that was damaged, back to full HP. This one's also probably going to experience the same thing. Right back to full HP. So you can see how much value I'm getting out of these hackers this round with this new tech. My opponent did add a missile device, and I think that's paying him dividends on this right side. This bubble's also been hardly touched. So, however, the move to the left has been really good. We've stolen I don't know how many units, and now this Assault Marksman is taking out that Stormcrawler group for us. We're popping a tower, and we have this nice cluster of Stormcrawlers left. That should be able to take out what's left on this side of the map. It's too bad we didn't get these deployables We missed a bubble, we missed this anti-missile device, but we did get another round win. So still in control, but not quite closing the game out. So we have another, I mean, the cards this game were just so much fun. Quick cooldown was another one that was potentially tempting here. We have so many, both me and my opponents have so many activables. However, this game's close to the end. The reason why I did not grab the Lightning Storm was I thought to myself, well, I could just triple tech my Hacker's Barrier. And that's probably enough to stop Lightning Storm from being super effective. My opponent, terrified of Lightning Storm, makes 4 bubbles. So we see 5 bubbles coming out from my hackers, and I believe I bubbled this spot here as well. So smoke is also available. We both smoke. I think smoke is going to be pretty ineffective because of all the bubbles this round. With the remaining money, I think most of it just goes to promotions of the hackers, a few promotions on Farseer. Looks like I get another chaff deployment Fang here. Opponent sold out of that Rhino a while ago. Okay, caught that when he did it. So I added a mobile beacon crawler here to try to distract the Stormcrawlers. But with our Tarantula sitting right here, these should get mid-step pretty fast and not be very effective for too long. Maybe just the first volley. So many activables this game. A lot of good cards. So at that, we'll check out what happens in this final round. Oh, I forgot to mention my opponent also grabbed 2 hackers, so trying to hack back his own units. We'll see if it's effective. So there's Lightning Storm. We can see that it is taking out some chaff here and there. There was a pretty good hit, but the bubbles are intact. We're not breaking through into the hackers with the Lightning Storm. So here we hack a Marksman, pops a bubble, draws a bunch of fire, dies. Here we hack a sledge, and it's getting hacked back. We hack the hacker, we hack the other hacker, and then that's about all she wrote for my opponent. So, really fun game. I think I was a little bit slow at connecting the dots here and realizing this was an excellent hacker game. If you do that, sometimes you don't get enough levels on those hackers for them to become effective, and you can get in trouble. If my opponent had just slammed 3 packs of crawlers when he saw the hackers immediately, he might have been able to pull the game back. And I think he also should have sold out of the Rhinos as soon as possible, because they were definitely helping me distract his big damage dealers, these marksmen that he also put elite marksman on, I forgot to mention. So we have quite the beefy, high damage marksman coming in here with pretty good range for, you know, shotgun marksman, 145 meters on this level 4. I think this level 5 is, yeah, he's 150, doing 30,000 damage a shot in AoE and having 50k HP. So if you can protect him with chaff, they're definitely going to out-damage my board and get to those hackers. He just has to keep the chaff flowing. And that's the problem when you play Elite. It's really hard to slam, you know, all crawlers all the time. Like, that's $150 per crawler. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Hackathon game. I thought it was a lot of fun and it was unique. I mean, how often you see a triple tech hacker be effective in Mechabellum? It's kind of a rare game, and I think it just goes to show you, like, every unit in Mechabellum has a place, and it's just a fun game, so much replayability, and I hope you all get excited about it as much as I do. So, hope you enjoyed the game, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye for now.
We have quite the selection for you here. 2 Mechabellum videos just for you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. Watch out for flanks coming your way.